Hello, sweet friends. This is Gina, and welcome to Stellar J Studios. I am so happy you are here with me today because I'm going to share something with you that has been a dream of mine for quite a while, and something just sparked over these last couple of months. And I was like, you know what? It's time. It's time. It's time to pursue this. Okay, so first of all, I have to start with the other day. I was texting my daughter, and she just recently moved to Colorado. And so, real recently, like within the last week or so. So, she's texting me and she says, I really wish it would snow. And as we're texting back and forth, I was sitting at my desk and I just was doodling and playing around. And the more we text, the more I was like, okay, I'm feeling snowish too. So I doodled this little thing right here. It is just on a piece of old notebook paper that came out of a teeny tiny little binder that I'm using. And I was like, I took a picture of it and I said, well, here's your snow. And she's like, oh, send that to me. So I had the most fun making this, and I was like, okay, I want to send it to her because, you know, she wants it. But it was also really cute. So I took it to my computer and I scanned it and I turned it into some stickers. So from there, I was like, okay, these stickers are so cute, and I've already used them in my journal. These stickers are so cute, and I can't wait for other people to get inspiration from them. But I was like, how are they going to get inspiration from them if they don't actually have them themselves? All the while in my head, I have been thinking about, and I've been thinking about this for a long time, how can I communicate with my community, our community that we have here? And I like my newsletter on my website. I'm not gonna lie, it's hard for me to do because I just cannot feel that connection. I just, because I'm typing it rather than writing it. I don't know if that makes any sense. It's very genuine. It comes from my heart. And I do spend a lot of time creating the newsletters or the emails from Gina. But it's just not me. It's not, it doesn't bring me this ultimate joy. Um, but writing letters does, like truly writing letters and pulling out my stationery and making little drawings and things like this, and thinking about, okay, when my daughter opens this up, and she's going to be so happy because she's going to have this little paper in there, and I'm going to tuck some other things in. I took some pictures of our dog and our cat, and I took little Polaroid pictures, and so I'm going to stuff those in the envelope. And anyway, I just kept thinking, gosh, she's going to be so excited when she opens this up. So, what if I could send you mail? Send you some mail. I want to send you some mail. I'm like so excited. I've been wanting to do this forever. And not a newsletter, not an email, like a true, genuine, heartfelt letter that I have written in my scratchy handwriting. And so, yeah, I've been working on it for quite some time, and I'm ready to go. So here's what I've got going on. I'm calling this good junk mail because, one, it's good, and I hope when you get yours, it makes you feel good. Two, it's junk because every single thing that is in your letter, your junk mail letter, is going to be something that has been thrifted, has been reused, recycled, upcycled, and hand created, handmade. So like if I make something and I put it in here, it is going to be made by me, handmade. So good junk, and the mail part, I'm sending it to you. Like I've already gotten some of my envelopes ready to go, and I've got little stickers and details and some stamps, and I'm so excited. And then I'm going to handwrite your name and your address, and I'm going to take it to the post office, and I'm going to have actual stamps put on, and then I'm going to hand it to the post person, and it's going to be on its way to you. And I may even take all of the letters and tie them with string because, oh my gosh, isn't that just an amazing image to have a package or a big pile of letters, juicy letters that are squishy because they've got stuff inside of them, letters that are tied up with string, and you deliver them to your post person. Oh my gosh, like I feel like that's a Hallmark movie just waiting to write itself. Anyway, so I've been working on all the contents that I'm putting in this. So my inspiration is my picture that I made for my daughter. And every letter is going to have a sticker that I have made. So I took this and I turned it into a sticker, and it's a translucent sticker. So I printed it on the transparent sticker paper, so when you stick it on something, whatever your background is, it'll show through. But you know about stickers. So every letter is going to have a sticker. I also then sat down and hand wrote a letter on notebook paper, and I wrote it, and I went back and I edited it, and I took some stuff out, and then I went back and I wrote it again. And I was like, this is a good letter. Like, this would be a letter that I would give to my best friend. If I was back in middle school, this would be something, if I had been wise. Oh, sorry, that's my doggy in the back. If I had been wise, this would have been something I would have written to my friend, and I would have passed it to her, I don't know, in between 6th and 7th hour. But as I am older and wiser, it's a little bit more sophisticated than a middle school note. It's a true letter, and the theme is this. Like, this was my theme. This got me going on what I wanted to write in this letter. And so in this letter, I'm going to riff off of this, but I'm going to really focus on the month of January and what it means to me and things that I do in January to celebrate winter. Now, I know, I'm so excited. So I couldn't just send a letter in a sticker because, well, even though that would be cool, it just wasn't cool enough. So in this letter, I also put some instructions for a craft idea. And the craft idea came from when I taught first grade, which would have been, oh my gosh, probably 25 years ago. And we would always do crafts and read a book and, make some sort of a craft or an art project to go along with the book. And so I'm sure we were studying snowmen and snow and all that good stuff. And I remembered this craft project, and I was like, oh my gosh, wouldn't this be cool to, one, make this craft project myself and maybe display it or put it in my journal, which I'm going to put it in my journal. And two, wouldn't it be fun to share this with others? So not only did I give you the instructions for this project, I also curated some supplies from my stash. Remember, it's going to be thrifted, upcycled, recycled, or something that's been discarded. And I took some of those materials and I actually gave you the basis for this craft. So you will actually get the instructions, and then you're going to get some of the materials so that you can make this craft. Now, I left some materials out so you could put your own spin on it, but basically you will have enough to make the actual project. Okay, so I'm so excited. Remember, it's all upcycled. Okay, so then I was also thinking about, well, what else did I used to do with my kids whenever I was teaching and we were studying January, or it was in the winter time. And so I thought about, we would write all the time. My kids would always be writing, especially when I was teaching first grade. And so I remember one time I would have the kids write about, we went outside and I said, okay, write about the animals that you see. And then we went back inside and I said, now write about the animals that you didn't see. And I think this might have been in third grade because I think my kids would have been a little bit older. So I taught third grade also. I actually taught all the grades except for kindergarten and high school. I've taught all the grades. So in third grade, I took them out. Okay, it's all coming to me now. We had a nature center or a nature trail at this school. And so I remember we went out to the nature trail and I had the kids write down the animals, draw and write down the animals that they saw. And then when we went inside, I said, okay, now I want you to draw and write down the animals that you didn't see, but you know are there. Well, I just happened to be flipping through one of my vintage science textbooks. And sure enough, that same activity or a little version of that same activity was there. So I snapped a picture of it and I incorporated it into the letter. And I feel like I'm giving too much away, but I'm just so excited about it. And I want you to be excited about it too. So there's a little prompt for another activity you can do. And then because I just couldn't leave well enough alone, I put in one of my most favoritist poems. And it's one that I used to use when I taught elementary school and I was teaching my kids how to read, and we would put a poem up on the wall and we would read it every day. And so yeah, I included that poem. And I also put a little thing in there like what I like to do with poems written by other people. And then, because I just couldn't leave that alone, I went through my stash of discarded stuff, especially scraps from like the holiday, leftover from just last week, the holiday. And I just kind of curated a little mix of things that I thought you might want to use, things that I want to use in my journal, which I actually have that little stash that are in the envelopes. I actually have a little stash for myself, and I'm going to put it into my journal. Maybe after I finish this video. Anyway, so I put a little stash, just a small little smattering of some discarded materials that would support this January winter theme. And remember, this was my inspiration. So everything is kind of centered around this. I don't want to give too much away, but I will tell you the theme is this. The colors that I've made this little good junk mail for January is going to be these purples and blues and grays, because I wanted to play off of just the whole January feeling. And so for me in the United States, January means winter. Now I know some people across the world, or actually down under, you would be celebrating summer during January, but that's okay, no worries. You do celebrate winter, it just happens 6 months from now. So the reason why I'm telling you this is because I have made these and I want to send them to you. If you sign up for this, I want to send them to you with all the stuff I just talked about and maybe a few little extras. Now, how am I going to do this? Well, I don't know. This is the first time. It's the first time I'm doing it. So we're just going to, I don't know. We're going to figure it out. The first thing is I'm going to send it via postage. Okay. So it's going to be an actual stamp. So there's not going to be a tracking number on it. The easiest way I can think of now is for you to purchase this, because it's going to be a purchase. You're going to purchase this through my Etsy shop. Honestly, I'm going to be totally honest with you. I've already started thinking about a February good junk mail letter coming to you. So I know I want to at least do this for this month, January, and then we'll see how it goes. And I want to do I want to also do February. And my big dream is that I could do this once a month. And I know I'm thinking way down the line here. I need to just start off small, but right now I'm gonna put these in my Etsy shop. And my plan is to mail these off on January 2nd. So like post office won't be open on January 1st, but I'm going to head over first thing in the morning on January 2nd, and I will mail these off. Now, it's going to be snail mail, so it could be 5 days. It could be 3 weeks. Who knows? And I have, once I hand it over to the post office, I have no control over it. So we're just going to have to kind of be patient. You know, it's snail mail because it's slow. I'm trying to think what else. Yeah. Okay. So here's the catch. The catch is, because I'm using supplies that I have and it's handmade and, you know, curated from the discarded scraps that I may not have a whole bunch of, I'm limited to the number of letters that I can send out. So for January, I have enough for 25 letters. So I will put this in Etsy as Good Junk Mail January, and I will have 25 of them. And so you won't get a choice or anything. It's the letter is going to basically be the same throughout. I mean, there's going to be little differences. The envelopes, these are going to all be envelopes from my stash. So you might get a purple one. Another person might get a white one. Another person may get one that has, you know, already has some stuff on it. Like this is an envelope that had a matching card that went with it. I will also put in the listing, I will also do a Good Junk Mail letter for February. So those of you that want to get one in February, you can also purchase one of those. When are these available? They're available right now. All right, my friends, I'm just so excited. And I just wanted to share this with you, and also wanted you to see my face because it's been a while since I have done one where my face is actually on the camera and I have no makeup and my hair is a mess, and so you're getting the full Gina here. All right, my friends, I hope you are healthy. I hope you are happy. I hope you do something creative today and hop over to Etsy and sign up so that I can send you some good junk mail. Bye.